Hey guys, it is Gordon here with One Maniac Reviews. I just want to say thank you to all of my subscribers for coming around and all of my new viewers for checking out my Orville reviews. So, this week we're going to get right down into it and we are talking about Cupid's Dagger, which is the 9th episode of the Orville. And I must say, this episode felt a little lazy. Now, I understand that some of you who are diehard fans of this show, much like I am, are going to hate me for what I just said, but let me explain. Okay, so I have been an avid person about that I hate all of the repeated jokes about how Adrienne Padalecki's character cheated on Seth MacFarlane's character, and they kept referencing that in almost every single episode early on in the season. Now, we come to this episode where we are dealing with the Navarians and the Broodans, who are both laying claim to a planet, and that we have to figure out which one actually has the claim to the planet. Now, here we are looking at DNA found within ancient birthing pods, but apparently we were only able to find the one, and the only person in the entire galaxy who can figure this out is Derulian, the person that the first officer cheated with. So that felt very lazy to get back to that after we had made so much progress in the show, and that it wasn't brought up in every episode anymore, and that it no longer seemed like a thing. It seemed like we had gotten past that. But here we are. And now we have found out that when he lands on the ship, and remember, this is 1 year after the whole cheating fiasco happened, and so now we are looking at the fact that he is in heat, and he is letting off a pheromone that is causing people to believe that they are in love with him when they are not in love with him, and that it causes him to attract mates, and through touch is how these pheromones come across. Goddamn, how many things did he touch that were handed off to other people just in that episode alone? This is very lazy storytelling, and that we have the captain immediately... Well, not immediately. It took a lot longer. They shook his hand, and then the first officer was feeling that she was his soulmate first, and then all of a sudden the captain's in the room with him telling him to get off the ship because the first officer slept with him again, and that's when he starts to fall in love with the guy. It's rather convenient, even though he shook the captain's hand first. Now, I did enjoy that we had the little love story between Yaphet and the Doctor, which is what allowed Halliston Sage to kind of figure everything out. But the thing that kind of pissed me off the most about this episode, and it was a thing that left me hanging right at the beginning of the episode, because at the beginning of the episode we are in the mess hall and we are singing karaoke, and it winds up with Borges on stage about to sing Celine Dion. Now, for someone to get me excited about a Celine Dion song, that is magical, because I may be Canadian, but I do not like her songs. I hated Titanic because they chose her songs, and that it, for an entire year of my life, that My Heart Will Go On was the biggest song in ever. But I'm going to digress. I did say that this was very lazy writing due to the fact that his pheromones are what causes and solves all problems in this. That is lazy. That is a bad story. And the fact that we got a gigantic middle finger when she said at the end to him, a year ago when we met, were you in heat? And his response is maybe. Just say yes or no. don't give us that middle finger. Either allow it to be a yes, and for her to be able to move on and the captain to be able to move on, in that she had no control, and then they could have a better professional relationship, or say no, and once again they're still able to move on and have a better professional relationship, but now with the maybe, that's a gigantic middle finger. So we are pretty much getting towards the end. We've got 4 more episodes, and I'm excited for season 2, but I'm hoping that next week's episode is a lot better than what this week's episode was. Do not get me wrong, I still love the show, but I did not enjoy the storytelling in this episode. Alrighty guys, so that's it for me. I am back on the weekend. I'm not sure whether I'm going to go see Daddy's Home 2, or if I might just do a recap of the movies that I missed this summer. So we're going to see what I come up with. If you have any ideas, let me know down in the comments. Also, if you have any thoughts upon this episode that differ from my own, please let me know in the comments. If you are liking my videos, please hit that like button. And if you're new around here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Keep on coming back. I'm going to have a lot more stuff. Next weekend, I am going to go see Justice League, so I'm going to let you know how that one is. So, that's it for me. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cue that music.